Hello guys and welcome to today's video. Well, today we are going to talk about a modification on the 1 Series, which I will explain if it's a good idea or not. And this doesn't just go for my 1 Series, it goes for like a lot of cars actually. And that is the Semi Slicks that I installed on my car. And as you can see, they still have tread, so I'm very happy with that. Yeah, I'm gonna talk with you about this modification and to see if daily driving Semi Slicks is a good idea. I have been driving these Semi Slicks for over a month right now, and I have done around 3,000 kilometers with them. So you know, I have a certain idea how good they are as a daily driver. And to be honest, it's not terrible, but it's not perfect and not for everyone. So I'm gonna talk with you about the pros and the cons, and then at the end of the day, if I would do it again. So the pros are, of course, traction. So, you know, Semi Slicks have an insane amount of traction in dry weather. You know, that's very important, the dry weather. Your car will become, you know, a lot more stable in corner. Your corner speed will improve a lot. So really, when you're throwing your car into a corner, you will have a lot more entry speed and exit speed because you just have an insane amount of traction. Also, your braking improves a lot because of, you know, traction of a tire. You know, for braking ones is actually more important than a big brake, because actually I have done a brake test with this setup against some other cars, and how my car is set right now, actually it broke better as an Hyundai E30 and another hatchback. I think it was a Golf GTI. Not 100% sure yet anymore. Also, another benefit is, you know, that's more personal, but that's the looks. I mean, look at this. This looks sick, right? And if you look in the front, I just think that a Semi Slick looks very cool. I mean, that's just my opinion, but you know, the tread on them is, yeah, I think it looks cool, and they sit very nice, very fat, flat looking, you know, the big meaty tire. So yeah, they look awesome. They really do look awesome as long as they have tread. But yeah, as you can see, they have seen some kilometers already, but not that much. That's one of the cons that I'm going to explain very shortly. Also, another pro is the initial traction when you're launching. So the first gear, you have less weight, you know, wheel spin, so you can launch better. You know, it's definitely noticeable. I actually race against the 1M40i. I'll show the clip. And I actually beat him on the launch just because of traction, even when I was 120 horsepower down. So yeah, that's an insane difference traction wise. And also another benefit is the price, because these are Nangkang NS2Rs. Forgot to mention that. These are not the most expensive Semi Slicks and also not the best on the market. These are actually also more made for daily driving, but I was like, I only have 225 horsepower, so these will do. And price wise, they're actually pretty good. They are like the same price as a premium-ish set of tires, but nothing too extreme. And I'm gonna sit here because it starts to rain. So yeah, it's actually price wise, you know, it's very obtainable. But now we have some cons, some things that really actually, you know, are discouraging getting them. And one of them is noise. So when you're just driving 70-80 kilometers an hour, there ain't a problem. But when you're driving on the highway doing 120-130 kilometers an hour, you can definitely hear them, you know, rub on the asphalt. It's more noise than you would want to. Yeah, it's a little bit distracting. It's like, you know, it makes more noise than the straight pipe on the highway, and the faster you're going, the worse it gets. So really, for longer trips, I must say that is pretty damn annoying. Also, another thing is wear. I have actually been very easy on these tires because they are semi-slicks. I use them, I put them to work, but in general I have been easy to them compared to my other sets of tires. But yet, even when I'm easy to them, you can still see that they are actually, rubbing off a little bit. They still have a lot of tread left in them. They're only 3,000 kilometers old, so I think I can hit like 10-15,000 kilometers in total with them. But yeah, you can definitely see that they have been used, so the wear and tear is is there. They won't last long, so that's another disadvantage. Another one is fuel consumption, because you have more where this rubber is softer, and it actually takes your car more effort to push this rubber around, and you will feel that in your fuel consumption. I have to say it's not terrible, but I notice a little difference. So yeah, I noticed that the car uses a little bit more fuel with the semi-slicks. It's not terrible. When you drive normally, it's still manageable, but there is a slight noticeable increase in fuel. So it's, like I said, it's obtainable. It's not that bad. Oh, my pizza is ready. So we'll do this one very quickly. The next one is traction in wet weather. It's raining, hooray. Actually, on the highway, they're pretty decent. They don't aquaplane that easily, but in the rain, I tend to lose traction more easily than on my normal summer tires. Just going somewhere, flooring the throttle in first gear, the wheels spin quicker. They tend to spin more quickly than my stock tires. They're also a little bit wider than the previous one. These are 245, the other ones were 225, so that maybe has to do with them. But I definitely feel a loss of traction in even slight rainy weather. I mean, they really have to be warm to have good traction. So yeah, in rainy weather, they are really not gonna win a lot of drag races. I couldn't keep up with the standard 320D just because of traction issues. It took me, in second gear, I was already doing 100 kilometers an hour before I overtook him, and he was flooring it. Yeah, with traction issues, I just couldn't get moving, and I was easy on the gas on the launch. So yeah. And the last thing, and I'm already going to go inside, because otherwise I have a burnt pizza, and nobody wants a burnt pizza, the weather is so terrible. But another drawback is top speed loss. Because of the more friction, like I said, your car has to, push more to get your tires rolling. And the bad thing about that is you lose a little bit top speed. I recently did a top speed run with these, and my car was actually running 20 kilometers an hour slower than with my 17-inch tires. So I don't know if it's all from the semi-slicks, because I went from, an 8G wide rim, 17-inch 225 all around, to, an 8.5-inch, 18-inch rim, which is already heavier than a 17-inch rim. And then I also got, a fatter tire in the rear. So my wheels and tires are heavier than my 17-inchers, so I guess I lose a little bit speed because of all of that. But the semi-slicks definitely do something, because I was able to hit 230 with my summer tires on these rims, and I was still going. So yeah, you lose a little bit of top speed because of the semi-slicks having a lot of friction. So if you're really doing a lot of autobahn highway cruising, they're really not that noticeable. They're not any good actually. The good thing is when you're cornering, braking, and accelerating a lot. So when you're doing track days, pizza is ready. So yeah, would I do it again? No, I wouldn't do it again as daily driver. How would I do it? Well, very simply, I would get a second set of rims, and I would just get, you know, a second set of rims with semi slicks for the track days, and then I would run on good Michelin Pilot Sport 4s on 18-inch tires as a daily. Because like I said, the cornering, the braking and stuff like that improves really a lot on the semi slicks, that's true, but the drawbacks, highway cruising, fuel consumption, top speed loss, it's there, it's noticeable. So yeah, and you know, and the gains that you get from the semi slicks on the road are really not that big. So for me, if you don't do a lot of track days, they are not worth it. And that's also another thing that I would say. It depends on how many track days do you really do. Like me, I do once in a few months actually, so I actually shouldn't have bought them. And also, how many kilometers do you do with your car? If you do like 40,000 kilometers in a year, then definitely don't get them. If you do like 10,000 kilometers a year, then I can get why you would buy them. And also, if you have a track day car or weekend car, it's not your daily driver. You have a normal daily driver, and that's your car which is road legal, and you can drive to the track too. Then I can also understand that you get semi slicks. But you know, if you have a daily driver like I do, which you use 25,000 kilometers each year, and you use it through all kinds of weather, all kinds of situations, then no. The answer is no. I wouldn't do it again. You know, I don't regret it, but I'm just gonna, you know, smoke these up, destroy these tires, and then just get Michelin Pilot Sports again. So yeah, guys, I would say thanks for watching, and I will see you guys very, very soon. And bye.